we ended up.
Hold on, did we cover all the albums? We covered all the albums.
Yeah, we covered all the albums. What we ended up doing was we basically, bumped lyrics up to 15 scale, so 1 to 15,
Mhm.
and catalog of albums that got bumped up to 15 as well. So Rakim ended up being a 15 in lyrics, and then we got him at 14 with catalog of albums. Got KRS One 15 in lyrics, catalog of albums 15. Nas 15 in lyrics. Dang, are we being too generous with the lyrics? And the
No,
catalog of albums 15. Method Man was 14 in lyrics. I know everybody was disagreeing with that. Catalog of albums was 13. Listen, hold. Do you still think that catalog of albums for Method Man being 13 is that too high?
we
And
just talked
should we
about
even be counting Wu Tang stuff? I guess we got to count Wu Tang stuff
it.
because Andre 3000's on here.
Right.
Yeah.
Did we just talk about the importance of hooks and when hooks became a thing? And we're kind of possibly identifying that that might have been the end of 1993 with Enter the Wu-Tang.
Mm-hmm.
There are two main hook men on there. Who are they? It's Old Dirty Bastard and Method Man. The Mystery of Chess Boxing, that's them. That's Old Dirty Bastard and Method Man literally
Mm.
on that record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Method Man, the actual single Method Man, METHOD, man, that was a single.
Yeah. Hey, yo,
Oh,
get off my cloud.
hold on. Even Protect Your Neck. Watch your step, kid. Watch your step,
Yeah.
kid. Watch your step. They were the guys doing the hooks. Cash rules everything around me. Right.
Imagine Into the 36 Chambers without Method Man.
Imagine it without hooks. Clan in the front. Let your feet stomp. Niggas on the left. Rag shit to death. Clan on the right. Wild for the night. Wolves.
Yeah.
Imagine Into the Wu-Tang without those hooks.
No, you're right.
Right.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with is iconic. And that wasn't even a single.
So you want to know what's crazy? You want to know what my favorite mixtape moment is of all time? It's actually when Funk Flex drops Prodigy's versus the Shook Ones over the Wu-Tang Clan.
I love that one too.
That's my favorite rap mixtape moment because we
Shout out to Flex.
stuff off the realness. It's just, and then it starts creeping in, and you're like, oh my god, be like, that is so.
Oh
epic.
yeah, it's going down. Shout out to Ray Rims for another super chat. He says, Cash App lacks letter length. It's frustrating. Can you both review the Rock Marciano and Blame Kansas? Also wondering if you could listen to the MC Backwoods Sweetie and give your thoughts. They're on YouTube. Ray Rims, can you please email us at info@accordingtohiphop.com with those links and we'll check it out. And we'll definitely talk about that, definitely, because we appreciate all of your participation. Okay. Marquez Davis says, Pun is a 15 in lyrics. Dude was nasty.
So we missed the Blame Kansas project.
Yeah.
February 25th, so we got more work to do.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to catch up on, man. I mean, it's good, though. Never run out of content.
How about this? The start of this year has been better than the previous 2 years as far as the start.
This year is starting off fast.
Starting off fast and strong. People ready to come back outside. Well, people who can come back outside.
JayZ lyrics 15, catalog of albums that's boosted up to 15. Pusha T lyrics 14, catalog of albums 14. What do y'all think about Pusha T catalog of albums being 14?
Right. So we originally had put down 13, and what I submitted to Mike, I was like, hey, not a lot of guys are walking around with a solo classic album and a group classic album. Guys like Scarface and Ice Cube and Raekwon and Ghostface. Those are the guys walking around like that. And so, you need to start looking at the weight of his legacy a little bit differently because of that. Yeah.
I think what
and he's had features with people like Justin Timberlake too, so that doesn't need to be stated either. And he has been with Ye for a minute. That's not accidental, I
think what Pusha did is different too because he comes from a duo. We just talked about Bun B in his release the other day, and we talked about Big Boy and Andre. It's difficult for people who are in duos to jump out there and be solo acts. I think 8 Ball was the one that was blaring for a lot of people where they felt like 8 Ball was just a star. In my personal opinion, I like both of them. I love both of them, but I'm more of an MJG fan. But it's clear that 8 Ball's a star. He showed us on Mr. Biggs what he can do. But it's so difficult for somebody in a duo to jump out there and be successful as an individual because you're so attached to the hip of that other person. And the fact that Pusha T's been able to do that, high marks.
You know, I was about to give him even higher marks because I was about to submit something to you, and let me piggyback off that thought. And that's an excellent point, Mike. Has there been a member of a duo that is broken off and had the solo career that Pusha T is having?
No, it's not.
Because when you just said that, I just thought about that. It's like, oh yeah, it's only one other guy, and the other guy usually doesn't have a comparable career. Like the guy, think about the other guys we're naming. Those guys left groups as in plural, not a duo.
Yeah, no.
Like Raekwon and Ghostface are part of the biggest rap collective and most important rap collective ever. Scarface, Ghetto Boys, not one other dude. Multiple members.
NWA is
right. So no, you're saying something very strong because I mean, like I love 8Ball and I love MJG. Their solo material has nothing on Pusha T's solo material. Neither does Buns. Neither does Big Boys. Yeah. Neither does anybody coming out of a duo. Neither does Q-Tips, Mike. I mean, if you even wanted to say
no, that's real.
Right. And
I think Q-Tips showed a lot of promise, but Q-Tips work the way he works. You just can't keep up a solo catalog like that. He works like Dr. Dre does.
Right, and I think Amplified is understated on the production side. Production-wise, he did some brilliant things on Amplified.
Yeah, him and Dilla were just having fun in there. Man Nan said with the super chat, he says Heavy D is super underrated with the hook game, and he's super underrated lyrically because people saw him as a crossover artist. Also, Buns Motrill is good. You know what? I heard somebody say the other day that Biggie kind of took Heavy D's formula to a degree, and I could see somebody feeling that way.
Big and Heavy would tell you that.
Yeah.
Both of them would tell you that.
Marquez says, I love Jay, and he's not a better lyricist than Pun. Let's address that. You don't think JayZ's a better lyricist than Big Pun?
I don't either, but that's what
I think we need to define what we feel like a lyricist is.
So this is what I was trying to tell you when I said of all the top tier lyricists, Jay falls at my bottom of my top tier lyricists. He's where my top tier lyricism ends.
Why?
Because so much of what he do that's great is attached to his flow and his delivery and the way he puts words together and his conversation on this, not necessarily the lyricism of what he is saying.
I disagree with that. I think Jay is the double entendre king.
No, but what I'm saying, okay, so here's what I mean. Insert JayZ on John Blaze. He's not going to walk out with the best verse the way Pun is. No,
I don't know.
No, he's not going to walk away. And guys are saying lyrically that guy has the best verse with Nas and Raekwon and Kisser in the room. That's not happening.
I always thought Nas had the best verse on that song.
I thought it was arguable until Pun said, even if I stutter, I will still shit on you.
Again, I think a lot of that is delivery.
It's over. No.
That's delivery.
But no. That's what I'm saying. He's right there with him lyrically. Got him on the delivery. Say goodnight. Go look at Jada Kiss on Blackout. He's lyrically better than Jay. It's like Jay's been like lyrically. You can catch Jay on record. You can.
I Brooklyn Dodger them. I jack, I rob, I sin. Oh man, I'm Jackie Robinson. Except when I dodge base, I dodge the pin. Luckily, they wouldn't get me. Now when I bring the nets, I'm the black branch. Nah, man, Jay lyrically is something else, man. Fix on what do you say?
Like I said, of the top-notch lyricist.
Loosen up, yeah.
I didn't say he wasn't a top-notch lyricist. I said he's at the bottom.
Put on the blazer, loosen up my tie, step aside the booth. Superman is alive.
I mean, that's cool. First of all, he hasn't been alive in a long time. Second of all, still at the bottom of my top-notch lyricist.
Mike 100 says Jay gets bodied regularly. I want to address that because we only talk about people getting bodied when it comes to Jay. Marquez Davis says Pun made Nas change his verse. I've never heard that story.
I mean, hold on, because here's the thing. Somebody like Nas go in the studio and will write the verse 3, 4, 5, 6 times, too. So when you're saying change it, or, well, because this is what I mean about him. He'll be like, hey, do you like that? Is that good enough? You want to know what I just noticed? Like when Hollywood Gangsta plays, he's like, let me try this shit out. I'm like, oh, here he go again with that. Oh, hold on, I hope this rhyme works that I put together right quick. He's still doing that. So like he's somebody that looks at it from that perspective. It's like, no, I'll write it again.
I think this is a perfect time to do this, and I didn't even plan to do this on this show. We got to clearly define what lyricism is, because I think it means something different to everyone. What are we judging people on when it comes to lyrics? What's a lyricist to you? What makes a top-notch lyricist to you? Because I think Tupac is a lyricist, and a lot of people don't view him as that because he doesn't do all the lyrical miracle stuff. But in my personal opinion, I think that even as a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama. He said more in those bars than Eminem said on the whole Rap God song, which has more words than any song we could probably think of.
But I think you're talking about the influence and the impact of the artist and the delivery of it, and not necessarily the words. Like there's power behind it because
it's power behind words.
There's power behind words.
You can't say Jay is bottom top lyricist because his words are powerful. One thing we can say about Jay, his words are powerful. Imaginary play is powerful. You don't know it's powerful.
No,
because it ain't his voice.
No, that's what I'm saying, though. When he gets into his zone lyrically, I find the other guys in the realm of him to lyrically be sharper. Specifically, Rakim, Cool G Rap, Nas, Pun. Like, you see the guys...
Where does Tupac fit in all of this?
Pac is behind Jay as a lyricist, in my opinion. Because I don't look at Pac as some sort of supreme lyricist. That's not where Pac's strength is to me.
I think it is, though, because the lyrics are what people feel. He made people feel things that others didn't. Others that could rap all of these words together, they couldn't make people feel what Tupac was able to make them feel with his words.
But that's because of his subject matter, though, Mike. It's the content of it, too, because other cats weren't being vulnerable like that and approaching subject matter the way that he was.
You have to be a skilled writer to do that, though.
It was the lyrical miracle stuff going on. He's the guy that's like, no, I'm going to make you feel this content. I'm going to make you feel this pain about me growing up as in a single-parent household. I'm going to let you feel this pain, like so many tears, pour out a little liquor. That's his content. Like, if anybody deserves to, like, get rated above and beyond anybody for content, him. That's what you're feeling. You're feeling the depth of his content. And let me say something. Part of why his content and his songs are so strong is attached to how strong and how great and beautiful his voice is too.
All of those things are true. But I think that you have to be a great writer to be able to take on those concepts. Because we've seen great MCs that word for word try to take on deeper content and it just doesn't hit the same. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, based on how we've been rating it, where would I rate? Or yes, I would probably rate Pac as a lyricist based on how we're rating it. I would probably put him right next to Meth at 14, but that's what I mean. That wouldn't put him in the A tier.
I don't feel good about docking Tupac points in the lyricism category. I mean,
here's the thing. No, you can't say that. Okay, here's why
he wrote Dear Mama. I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, so I'm about to contextualize it for you, and you're going to understand this. Well, he made Me and My Girlfriend, and Nas made I Gave You Power. How are those hooks go, Mike? How do the hooks go? All I need in this world is sin. Me and my girlfriend. Nas is explaining.
Look for me.
Right. You're feeling it, Mike, but that's not lyrical like How You Like Me Now. I go blow. It's the shit that moves crowds, making every ghetto foul. I might have took your first child, scarred your life, crippled your style. I gave you power. I made you buck wild. Don't tell me that's the same shit lyrically. I love Pac. That's not the same. And that's why
Nas's hook game might be higher than we think.
I told you, Mike, we need to revisit the whole hook game.
Marquez Davis says, Biggie is my favorite. He said more with less and the most efficient rapper, I believe. But I even admit that Pun is a better lyricist than Big and Jay.
Yes.
What are we rating this on? Like,
saying,
just how many words he's able to put together? Like, I guess that's the part I don't understand.
Hold on. This is why I keep bringing up, well, what's the standard and how is the standard held? And that's why I keep bringing up Rakim on Follow the Leader and Microphone Fiend and Lyrics of Fury.
Okay.
That's when the state and the art of lyricism became an art form, and it changed and everybody upped the ante. So that's the comparison line for what lyrics are.
Okay.
You want to know what the line for what lyrics are? Go cut on Follow the Leader and listen to the first 3 songs. There you go.
Marilyn says, shout out to them for the super chat. I think it's Melvin. I'm sorry. I misread that. He said, Naughty by Nature hook game was great. Is Tretch in your top MC list? Yeah, we'll definitely rate Tretch. LP says, Nas makes you think. Pac makes you feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you want to know what? So that's the bar.
Okay. So lyricist bar is Rakim.
The lyricist bar is Rakim on the start of Follow the Leader. Yes.
Okay.
Follow specifically these songs.
Let me go back to these categories real quick because we need to do that. Yep. I think that makes things a little bit clearer. We need to make somebody the bar for each, right? So Rakim's the bar for lyrics.
Yes.
Who's the bar for voice?
That would be Method Man or Biggie or Tupac. Pick one. Those 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Delivery.
Biggie and Tupac and Method Man again.
Storytelling, I would say Slick Rick.
Slick Rick, Nas, Scarface, Ghostface. Yeah.
You know, I would like Nas might need to be the barometer for that. Because Nas took storytelling to a different level.
Right. Do you want to pick one person as the barometer for all these things? Because it's like, if it's lyrics, it's Rakim. If it's storytelling, then we would have to say Nas, because as great as the greatest adventures of Slick Rick is, it's like you said, he's done so many different stories and taken it to so many levels. And there's Rewind and Right.
Yeah. So he's the standard when it comes to that.
If you want to go voice, I would pick Biggie for voice. If you want to go delivery, I'm picking Meth.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Catalog of albums. The standard might be Nas or Jay.
I was about to say, Nas has storytelling, so if you want to go Jay on that one, I'm not going to knock you because Nas already has storytelling.
Okay. Collaborations. Wayne.
Method Man. Again. Oh, we already used Meth. That's what I'm saying. See how important he is?
Yeah, Method Man's important. Wayne?
Yeah, it might be.
Longevity of records.
Is that LL?
I think so.
Yeah, because I think you could still play Jingling Baby and people at the party would start dancing. Don't you feel that way?
I feel that way.
I do feel that way.
I mean, he has so many records that are so notable and recognizable over a span of time.
Right, like you could drop I Need Love at the same party and everybody be like, oh, you know what I mean? Or you could drop Lounging. Like his songs are timeless, man. Longevity of career. You want to know what? I was actually thinking about KRS-One for this one. I think this is KRS.
No, that's definitely KRS.
Yeah.
We can skip the competition for error on that one. Legacy. I think that's Jay again.
No, we got to pick, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the people that got 10s on Legacy are, that we haven't used. Andre? Eminem. Eminem's Legacy is a 10. But it's hard to really even use that as a barometer.
Right. No, I was about to say, peak J, peak Rakim is what I've always told you in terms of like popularity and people actually giving it to him, the masses giving it to him. Those are the 2 peak moments that I saw that I can like identify, I feel like. And so if you wanted to go...
Legacy doesn't really need a barometer. Well, maybe it does because we seem to be on the fence about that category on a lot of it.
Wouldn't it be Nas? Because isn't he changed the way we look at Legacy? Because I had this honest thought. I looked at Big Boy, Rick Ross's, and Bun B's album differently because of what Nas just did. Like, because Big Boy and Ross's album dropped before it, and I was so pleased with it until Nas dropped Magic. And then I was like,
There's another level.
Right.
Shout out to Rigor in the room. He said, Pac wrote Hold Your Head.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So let's just say Nas is that for legacy.
Nas,
Intangibles, I think that's Snoop Dogg, right?
yeah, Snoop is the measure for intangibles. Him or DMX, wouldn't you say? One of the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hook game. For the people that we have right now, I think DMX might be it.
We can go with DMX or
DMX hook game is crazy. Or Mos Def, either
See, here's
or.
the thing. And see, this is the thing. Neither one of their, yeah, no, that's fine. We can go with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, either or. I mean, because they've been able to. I mean, I would say DMX more because
Well,
all of his records are him.
Right. That's what I was about to say. His hit records are mostly him singing the hooks.
It is like all of it. Like Get At Me Dog. Well, I mean, that was Chic, but he was in it. You know what I'm saying? So even if we went Get At Me Dog, Rough Riders anthem. Like, come on, that's a big one.
Stop
And then
being
you
greedy.
got How's It Going Down with Faith.
Stop being greedy.
Stop Being Greedy. You got Slipping.
Slipping.
Ain't
Ain't no
no
love
other
for me.
cats got love for me. Ain't
No
no
love for me.
cats going for
No, I told you. What's the other one? It wasn't. It was like the hardest joint on there. Ain't no way you're gonna stop my flow.
Yeah.
Right. He
Yeah.
crazy. That's my joint on there. Ain't
DMX.
no way. That's my joint on there. Yeah.
If niggas want it, we got it. Come and get it. Play it with it. All you gotta do is say, baby, ride or die. What y'all niggas want?
Right.
You know, I also like Bring It. What? We right here.
Oh, hold on. What's that?
Where the
What's
hood at?
The one on the Rough Riders compilation that ends the album.
Oh, you talking about
Yeah,
that
you
shit's
know what I'm
hard,
talking
man.
about. He's got his hook game crazy.
Yeah, his hook game is crazy.
Because you want to know what? He's so energetic on the mic, and he doesn't lose anything when you get into the hook. It's like, no, he's ramping it up. He's right there. Yeah, I'm cool with him being the guy to represent hooks on the team.
Okay.
He's on 10
Cool.
when
He's the barometer for that.
Yeah.
Versatility.
I think that's a fascinating one.
Would that be Wayne? Look at me trying to give Wayne stuff.
No. It's okay to give Wayne stuff. Because I think we've established at this point that we need to be talking about Wayne in this all-time great conversation and not Drake, right? We've established that, right?
Yeah, I would hope so.
Right. No, we can do that for Wayne. Wayne's super versatile because here's what I mean. It's like he's got that early Cash Money stuff. He's got that early Wayne stuff. Then he's got the prime Wayne stuff. And now he has resurgent Wayne stuff.
Yeah.
And he's been on everybody's stuff in between or gotten everybody on his stuff in between. Think about it. He's rapped with everybody that he looked up to or that was like ahead of him too. Like he's got tracks with Nas, with Jay, with you name it.
Yeah.
You name it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's done it all. Shout out to the L Web 100 with the super chat. He says, in my opinion, DMX has the best singles for an MC. He's in my top 5. DMX singles were massive. And I think the one thing about DMX that was so great was the fact that he didn't have to conform to what was going on at the time to make a hit. Because at that time, you know, Puff Daddy was running the radio when it came to East Coast rap. And things had to be toned down a little bit. Like, he came with the hardcore shit, and it worked. He made those records work. Now, I do think that we may have rated DMX a little bit high because we didn't factor in, like, the totality of the career. I think we kind of were looking at the height more so than, you know, the decline. And I don't know how fair that is because you brought up something that was really good point when it came to what we put with DMX's voice. We gave his voice a 10, but that voice wasn't a 10 throughout the whole time. So that's unfair to somebody like a Jadakiss who sounds as good right now as he did in 1996, you know?
I mean, him and Nas and Meth, like, sound like they're only about 2 or 3 years older than they did when you first heard them, which is, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, the way Nas sounds on Magic, yeah, that would be unfair if we...
sounds like the dude that wrote Illmatic and it was written. Like, vocally sounds like that guy. It's like, how did you do that? You were smoking weed on Drink Champs. It's like, how you do that?
He sounds like the I Am Nas on Magic. It's
You like
amazing.
the I Am Nas vocally. That's your Nas vocalist. That's your favorite
Nah,
Nas
I like
vocalist.
it was written Nas vocally the best. I'm
I
not giving him that on Magic, but
you
I'm
want
giving him I Am.
you want to know what? I feel you because the vocal inflection. How about this? He's still finding his range some on Illmatic as an MC vocally. People don't really hear that because he's so brilliant.
Hmm.
But he's in his pocket on It Was Written. You're right.
Yeah, man, it's insane.
But here's what I would also submit to you today. It didn't warrant some of those like really, really gritty moments that we love. Like that's what I mean. Like vocally, he's better, but he needed a New York State of Mind type of moment, maybe on It Was Written. Vocally,
Yeah.
where you could just hear his throatiness and his intensity about it. You know?
Shout out to Nas the GOAT with the super chat. He said, I need y'all to put some respect on Lupe Fiasco's storytelling. He's incredible and a top 5 storyteller. Give us some examples of some songs, because I love Lupe.
The coolest. The cool and the coolest. The coolest nigga what? The coolest nigga what?
I think Lupe is a top-notch lyricist that can do anything. I sat here on this show when the whole thing with him and Royce popped off. I said, Royce is in trouble.
Hold on.
That's what I said.
This is what I mean when I'm talking about somebody lyrically. It's on like that follow the leader type. There you go. That's why. You see what I'm saying? Because he can do stuff like Mural and Dumb It Down.
Yeah.
Go Gadget Flow and the coolest. And yeah.
AKs and Curtain says, shout out to him with the super chat.
I like that.
He said, Busta for versatility.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll go with that too. Because it's hard to get Janet and Mariah and to make like smash records with both of them.
I mean, he's done
and
it
still
all.
Keep your street credit. Still keep all your street credit.
Yeah.
You did that. Yeah,
and be on Scenario and Flavor in Your Ear. And
right.
Busta used to be like the utility pick where it was like, yo, if we need somebody that can do anything, let's put Busta on him. He was the cleanup guy. They would put him at the end of all of these posse cuts.
So my cousin Six was a Tribe fan. Matter of fact, my People's Instinctive was his joint. Can I sidebar right quick? Can we sidebar right quick?
Sure.
I realized something, and we talked about this behind the scenes. Part of the reason why I love Mona Lisa so much, and I'm just going to tell all the people that were killing me about the whole Bonita Applebum thing. So my two cousins who introduced me to hip-hop, one was 8 years older, one was 4 years older. The one that was 8 years older had the boombox. He was the Slick Rick fan. He was 16, 17, so we listened to Slick Rick. Cuz, who was 13 at the time, he had the first Tribe album, which was People's Instinctive. But I didn't get to hear it like that because Cuz didn't have control of the boombox like that. And that's exactly how all of that happened. And that's just how your environment can kind of shape your thought. Because I was really thinking, it's like, damn, am I tripping? And why do I love Mona Lisa so much more than Bonita? And that's why. But I'm also going to speak to this. Well, that's the dude that put me on Cuz from People's Instinctive. Well, he's the one that put me on Leaders of the New School. Put me on the Busta Rhymes. And so when Busta Rhymes doing Flavor in Your Ear remix, I was like, why he sound familiar? Ain't that? He's like, fool, that's the guy. He's like, I told you.
Somebody mentioned Hit 'Em High too. Yeah, Busta was the cleanup guy.
I remember when Cuz told me, he was like, wait till Busta goes solo, Coop. I can remember Cuz telling me that in like '93.
Is Busta the biggest solo act that used to be in a group?
How about this? When he went solo, that was the biggest deal that I had ever seen about somebody going solo. Because I didn't even know Leaders of the New School like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Right. And actually, and if memory serves, Charlie Brown was technically a more fundamentally sound MC than Busta. But Busta was a star. That whole rah, 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 like he was a star. He had the voice, he had the energy. And what really started happening in that span of time when he started doing those guest appearances, because he was a star, well, he really started crafting himself as an MC. So the dude that's popping up in '94 on that Flavor in Your Ear remix, oh, well, he's not just a star, he's a whole fucking problem as an MC by then. Like a whole problem as an MC. Don't you get suspicious. Graduation every time. Bring it around. It's like, oh no, that guy who's a star can rap his ass off now. It's on.
Shout out to Kenneth Palmer, man. Kenneth Palmer be giving us all the retweets on Twitter, man. We love it.
Kenneth Palmer gets love, yeah.
He said the vocal skills and the lyrics of Nas on Taken in Blood, the original version, is a monster. Find it on YouTube. I don't think I've heard the original version of Taken in Blood.
Don't nobody.
I haven't heard that. Have you heard that, Cool?
It's OG talk, Mike. Yeah.
I haven't heard that record. I'm
He's the
gonna
best
put that in
lyricist.
my
I mean,
notes to go check
hold on,
out.
hold on. Rakim's the bar, but when you hear, like I said, that stretch run on It Was Written where he's rapping like he's rapping on Taking in Blood and Silent Murder and the setup, it's like, no, but that's the best lyricist ever.
Oh no! I think I've said this before. Nas in 1996 is the best lyricist I've ever heard.
Might be the best rapper ever. I just went to that hook on I Gave You Power, and I'm like, damn, was he writing hooks like that in '96 and we missed it? Yeah. Shoutouts are similar to Wild West, Broad Daylight.
You know, Nas never really beat us over the head with "I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest." If he would have done that, it would be no question to the mass public. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love T.I., and I think T.I. earned his, his claim. Well, he came out the gate, King of the South, King of the South. He buried it, he burned it in people's head to the point where if you say, who's the King of the South, the first thing you're going to say is T.I. because you heard it so much. Nas never really hit us with, like, I'm the greatest MC, I'm the greatest MC, I'm the greatest, yada, yada. If he would have done that, it would have been no question in the minds of most people.
Hold on. Neither did Michael Jordan. That's not what you're supposed to do when you're the best.
No, Michael Jordan just lace him up, man.
Right. So does Nas. That's what I'm saying. When you're actually the best at it, you're supposed to just lace them up and go. You're not supposed to have to remind people. The work's supposed to speak. Mike never said he was the best. Like, remember that quote where he's like, I'm not saying I'm better than Mike, Magic, or Larry. I'm just saying I three-peated. They didn't three-peat, so I did something that they didn't do.
Well, Mike will also say that, I can't say I'm the greatest ever. I never played against certain people who played the game before me. We never had a chance to compete. So I can't say that I'm better than Oscar Robertson.
But here's what I will tell you. This is the first time Nas has ever talked shit on record is on Magic. Like, about him as an MC. Like on 4016, where he's like, I told niggas I'm back outside. It's not a game. Oh, he's never talked like that before.
I think he knows that undoubtedly. I mean, he's always known he's better than Jay, right?
No,
but I think he knows undoubtedly, even on paper now, he has passed him.
No, I think he's really no. I mean, that's the same thing that Mike did the Magic when he seen them at the 75th. It's like Mike didn't see nobody else for Magic. He's like, hold on.
Right.
Nigga, you like playing, nigga? You want to play some ball right now?
You're the only one I want to play. The rest of these guys, I don't even consider them like that.
Look, Wade and Kerry Payton, all the dudes right there. Mike, look at it.
Nah.
You like playing, nigga?
It's levels, man. It is, man. And I think Jay and Nas know this too, where it's like they only see each other.
Right. So it's like,
and see, I don't like.
It's like.
See, the thing is, you know what I think also fueled Magic, and I don't want to give ourselves too much credit, but I think the fact that Memphis Bleak saying what he said, Jay saying what he said about no one can sit on that versus stage across from him and all that. Nas was like, okay, I'm just gonna go make some music. How about you see that?
See the bars.
Right. How about you see these bars, man?
This 4016 building, this Meet Joe Black, this Speechless, this The Truth. Come see these bars.
I don't care what anybody say. He's talking to Jay on those records. There's nobody else to talk to. Like you said, Michael Jordan spotted out Magic at that 75 joint. Like, there's nobody else to talk to. Nas the Goat says, Lupe storytelling songs, he got King Nas, Bitch Bad, Intruder. Hurt Me Soul, Hip Hop Saved My Life, All Black Everything, He Say, She Say, The Coolest. Yeah, man. Lupe's going to get a great rating.
I love The Coolest. You know, when you say that about Lupe, I still don't think that Lupe is a top 5 storyteller. But those stories might give him some top 10 consideration now that I'm actually thinking about it. We need to consider that in the realm of where we maybe consider Kendrick as a storyteller.
Oh, who's the better storyteller, Lupe or Kendrick?
That's what I immediately thought when he started naming those records, because they do a lot of the things stylistically and intricately well on record the same way in terms of how they weave a story. Like, I like How Much a Dollar Costs, but I probably would play The Coolest first, because I think that's a more enjoyable record. The Coolest nigga would. Lord, please have sympathy and forgive my cool young history as the coolest nigga would. Because that's a dope hook game to go with a great story. It's a continuation off the first album, so he's showing, I can keep this going. He's got it.
Hey, look, man, this conversation can go on, and we're going to continue to take some notes, but I'm looking forward to Wednesday. We're going to have this whole thing shaped out. We're going to post it on our community section, too. I want to get to Dame Dash and JayZ and what's going on with that situation. Is that cool?
Of course.
Let me get to this last super chat before we do that. Marquez Davis says, Nas is the greatest. If you still doubting it, we can't help you at this point.
Right. Like I told you, it's like he made me stop playing. I mean, I'm just going to tell you the truth. Outside of like literally about 2 or 3 records, he made me stop playing the records on Rick Ross and Big Boy album. Because I was just like, well, I just can't allow you doing that while he's out here doing this. I just can't play this anymore.
We've been doing this podcast for 2 years. I have changed totally in my thoughts between, Jay and Nas. I was saying Jay was better, mostly because of catalog and his ability to stay so great for so long. But Nas has debunked that over the past 2 years. It didn't take long to do that. I mean, when you put out 3 quality records and very quality records 2 in 1 year, and you've heard nothing from the other guys since 2016, which I wasn't a big fan of that record.
No. He's got a written testimony with Jay Electronica, which actually, coincidentally enough, started this podcast.
Yeah.
Ended my hopes of being the Ghostface Killer of hip-hop writers. Ended all that.